Hey guys, another Scalextric modification video here, and this is the same as the previous modification video of unmodified versus modified. And this is my car, which is the modified one today, and this is my dad's car, which is the unmodified one. Now, both of these cars, this car has not been out of the box once, so like the other Corvette, it doesn't even have any sanded tyres. Today we'll be testing these against the Audi Super Resistant, I think that's got sanded tyres, and the Jaguar XKR, which also is super resistant and has sanded tyres.
This is the test of the Scalextric Corvette. This is super resistant version, unmodified. And we noticed straight away, comparing the two unmodified Corvettes, the super resistant one was far better. We don't know why, just it handles better and it's just an all-round better car. This will benefit in many ways because the super resistant ones are actually cheaper, so you don't have to fork out as much to get a more expensive car because it's not worth the money. The car is all-round, it's a lot better than the detailed version. The back end's tighter and it doesn't swing out as much. It's more fun to drive, whereas the other one's a bit of a struggle. And in the end, the car is just completely different compared to the other car. And it scored 7.3 seconds, which is a whole second faster than the unmodified one. When driving the modified version, even though the unmodified version was so much better than the detailed unmodified version, it was so much better to drive and it was so fast and competitive. It stuck to the track, it rarely fell off, even though I was pushing it. I did fall off a couple of times, and it was just such a fun car to drive. It darted around the corners, it looked fast, it was fast, it could go through the radius 1s without any problems, the radius 2s were a breeze, and it was just such a fast car. The time was completely different to what we expected it to be. We thought it would be faster than the unmodified detailed. The modified detailed, so I keep getting mixed up. And it wasn't. It actually got the same time of 5.9 seconds. This is the Audi test. As you can probably just about make out, it is the Team Mossberg car from number 16, so the yellow one, which I have already done a test drive on. If you haven't seen it, please look at it. It was so this is a super resistant car, like in the other test where we tried a detailed Audi. This was the newest one I'd got, which is super resistant. And as you can see, it looked fast, but when I was driving it, it felt slow. So sometimes the camera makes cars look faster than they actually are. Sometimes it makes them look slower than they actually are, because when I was driving that Corvette, I felt it was going a lot faster. It was probably the quickest test that I did, but it was so nice to just have a nice feel of a good car. And it was a good car to actually compare, where these cars were racing. The time with the Audi was 6.2 seconds, which beat the other Audi by 0.4 seconds, which is pretty fast. This is the Jaguar XKR. I didn't have an Aston Martin to do a review on, and I really should have done both Jaguars, but I thought I'd mix it up a bit so you know what kind of things to look out for. Now, this Jaguar is the green RSR one, which I also have done a test drive on. I tried to keep the cars that I've done test drives on for these videos, and we'll just see how it compares. It's probably one of the fastest cars it's probably faster than the Aston Martin, to be sure, and it handles nicer than the Aston Martin, and it felt quicker than the Aston Martin. Again, you will have to refer to the other video if you have not seen it. These Jaguars are much better than, I'd say, the Aston Martins, and in a super resistant format as well, they are excellent cars to drive. So it was quite surprising when we found out it was a tenth slower than the Audi, and I was really surprised because that Audi felt so slow when I was driving it. But the timer said 6.3 seconds, and we were all quite surprised with that. So that puts it a whole second in front of the Audi.
So very similar results to the last test, with the super resistant Corvette modified taking the lead as we expected. With the three non-modified cars, the Audi was the fastest, like last time. The Jaguar was only a tenth of a second behind, and the super resistant Corvette Unmodified was a whole second faster than the unmodified detailed Corvette, which proved that we were right in saying that it was the better car of the two. So if you are going to get a Corvette, I suggest getting that one. Whereas these cars are all very good cars themselves, it just means that you have to modify your Corvette to make it anywhere near as good or even better than these cars. Thanks for watching. If you haven't looked at the detailed Unmodified video, please look at it. Also check out my Facebook group. I've made it so anyone can see the posts now, so if you want to see them, you can check before you even join. And also look for me on Twitter, and please join, please follow. I don't care which group you participate in or whatever. And please don't forget to like or dislike. I don't mind if you dislike. Just give me a reason why you've disliked, and I can improve my videos for the next year or even after summer.